This is Uthred Ronaldson, and this is vlog number 19, Conflict of Nations, World War III. Day 25, and I'm playing as Afghanistan. Alright, welcome back. Welcome back, my friends. And here is how the map looks like at day number 25. So before we go over everything like the scorecard, the news, the updates, we're gonna do a recap of day 24 by reading the news from day 24, of course. So let me just give you the overall view of this world. Then I'm excited to give you an update later. Oh, holy cow. Okay, this is good. Anyway, let's proceed. Let's proceed with the updates from yesterday's news. Okay, I'm just trying this new format here so that I can provide you with a better update of yesterday's events. Okay. So yesterday, okay. So let's start with our friend the U.S. So the U.S. had several insurgencies that happened yesterday. So one in San Miguel, one in Tomaco, one in Calgary, and then in Maracaibo and Punta Arenas. So three of those cities was occupied by the insurgents, and I would like to do a special mention in Calgary because Calgary had already rebelled, and this was mainly due um, to the what do you call that? Um, corruption mission that my spy have done in Calgary. I also sent a spy in Vancouver, but Vancouver did not rebel. So Vancouver is still here at 29%, 29% um, morale. Let's also check the other cities like Portland. Portland here is at 47%, while San Francisco is at 46%. So that's almost like 5 points decrease from yesterday. From yesterday. So that's a good sign. That's a good thing because it only means that his cities are actually rebelling, or his cities may actually rebel. And let me check Chicago because Chicago is on the borderline. So it's 47% for Chicago. So two more possibly 2 more days, and if we will add my spy attack for corruption, then this might rebel. But you also should notice that the component production have was reduced to 1.9k daily, and I believe that is because of the reduction of the morale. He lost half of his production there. So that's what happened to the United States. Let's move on. So there, Australia also is having some issues with insurgents, same as Poland and Spain. Okay, so here you go. See, so here's the insurgent attacks that happened yesterday. Okay, so a lot of insurgent attacks for the United States as well as the United Kingdom. I do had insurgent attacks, but it was limited to just 3 cities. However, I was able to pacify all of them, and I have no cities that was lost to the rogue state. Okay, because I always leave, let me just show you what I do and how I do it to prevent insurgencies. So yesterday I had insurgencies rise up here in Mecca, but I was able to eliminate them. And then I also have insurgencies in Mersa Marut. So this one is French territory, but I sent my I sent my elite infantry division there right on time before the insurgent happens, and so I was able to save this city for my ally friends. And then the last one is Marina El Alamein. Okay, so this one rebel. Is that possible? Okay, anyway. So there. Um, Serbia is also at war with the rogue state as well as France and the UK. Okay. Almost everyone is at war with the rogue state. Military unit annihilated. So I'm gonna show you how my war with the US looks like. So here, Vietnam and Australia are still at war. Vietnam's still alive. Can you imagine that? And Australia still fighting. Um, Two cities here are under rogue state control. One is Hanoi, and the other one is uh, Phnom Penh. So so this area here in the China is still a mess and still not yet completely pacified. Okay, United Kingdom had suffered lots of losses. So the UK have suffered losses mainly because he sends his ground troops in the sea without any naval cover, and he lost a lot of units by doing that. So as you can see, and he lost the 12 Infantry Battalion as well as the 13th Tank Division. It's a division before it was sank by the 53rd Corvette here in the North Atlantic in this area right here. Okay. Also, yesterday when we started, the UK was the UK was not conquered mainly because we were able to eliminate that force that the US have sent. Same with France. But yesterday he sent another force. He sent his forces here in Ireland as well as in Plymouth. So that's two armies which my fighter elite fighter wing was able to eliminate. So if you will notice here, this conquered lands here by the U.S. In Ireland, this area is just waiting to be reconquered by the UK because this area here has no more land troops. So this is clear, and this can be reconquered by the UK. He just needs to send units there. Same with Plymouth. So um, UK needs to reconquer this lands here or this city here because that is his component production. Okay, I'm still waiting for their actions. They're not still not doing anything. And for this one, we're gonna finish this once and for all. We're gonna attack this. Okay, the 10th Tank Battalion still has 28.4 hit points with two more units. So I'm gonna finish them off by sending my strike fighters, my strike wing as well as my elite fighter wing, my 11th elite fighter wing. I'm gonna finish this once and for all. Okay. So yes, this 10th Tank Battalion or Tank Division, I was able to spot this right here in this area in this sea, and then I started bombing him. Although, because of my distance, since my air base is stationed in Berlin, it took me some time to travel back and forth to do sorties. So um, the 10th Tank Division was able to to conquer some lands here, French lands. So France will need to reoccupy this area. So most of the fighting is done by me, basically. My fighters are exhausted as they do sorties 24 hours without any rest because of the attacks that the US is doing. He keeps on attacking. Okay. 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 Let me just show you yesterday's casualties for the US. So here's his casualties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So he lost 22 units yesterday. And then another, I think that's somewhere around 22 units also on the previous day, on day 23. So approximately he already lost 35 to 40 units, 35 to 45 units for 2 days. So the last time that he left NATO, he had around 120 units. So if we're able to eliminate 40, let's say 40 units, then his units should be around 80. But of course, he's producing some. So my estimate is that he still has 100 units available um, at this point. It's just an estimate. So he probably has what 90 to no 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 100 to 120 units available. That's my estimate. Okay, still has an ongoing war with Venezuela as well as France. Oh, okay. So invasion without Don Mateo have crossed the borders. So Spain have declared war against. Sorry, the UK have declared war against Spain. So this will not be good for the UK because the UK is not strong enough. It's not that good, to be honest. Because if he is, he could have protected his core, but that's not the case here. And let me show you the report about Afghanistan and the U.S. war. So this is what happened yesterday. So Belfast, 52nd Infantry Battalion, U.S. has been destroyed by the 11th Elite Fighter Wing. Athlon. And then 28th Infantry Battalion has been destroyed by the 11th Elite Fighter Wing. Londonderry, 72nd Tank Battalion has been destroyed by the 11th Fighter Wing. Indus River 61st Missile Submarine has been destroyed by the 12th Task Force after heavy fighting. So, US have sent a task force, a submarine task force, and he actually bombed Hyderabad. So his task force was sent deep here in the Indus River, and so because of that, his submarines have lost 50% of their hit points as well as 50% of their damage. That's what happens if you send your submarines in shallow waters. They lose 50% of their capacity or of their strength, and that's what he did. So that's a good sign that I'm not dealing with a sophisticated enemy, or probably is lacking experience. That's basically it. He lacks the level of experience that I have, and that's probably the reason why he doesn't know uh, those details or information. Okay. The US keeps on sending troops. That's good. These are also um, unguarded. So if I could just send a task force to block the Mediterranean, I will be able to kill lots of US troops. But we don't have forces. We don't have enough force to cover that. So we'll just have to do with what we have. And going back here, Afghanistan and the U.S. casualties. So Afghanistan has 4,944, while the U.S. has 24,825. So if you will just base it here, you will notice or you will see that um, the U.S. is losing more troops than me. Okay, and this is not the same for Japan, as Japan loses more troops than the U.S. But I want to commend Japan for showing a great fight yesterday. So he was the first one attacked by the U.S. He was nuked. His cities was nuked. Sapporo, uh, Niigata, and Tokyo, Osaka, as well as Kochi. These places were all nuked by the U.S. But he was able to recover. And if you will notice, there. So he'll be destroying this for this 36 infantry battalion division here will be destroyed by a lone corvette. So that's very good. Even if it takes all day, this is still four, and they are trapped. This one is trapped. They cannot move. They won't be able to move. So that will be destroyed by the Japanese corvette. It might take some time because the corvette's damage is only at um, 4, so it will definitely take some time to destroy this. 10 hours, I believe. I think it's gonna take 10 hours. So there, Japan is still alive and still strong and kicking. He's now about to complete his Korean conquest. So Japan is still alive here, and Japan also has 40 units. So that's very good compared to the United Kingdom of 22 and France at 37. Me, I have 103 units available. Again, going back here. Okay. Okay. I lost one strike fighter. Okay. I was able to capture Diego Garcia also, so Diego Garcia is now mine. But I don't have any use for that island for the meantime. So Brazil declares war on Bolivia. Okay, widespread dissent. All right. So that's the recap. Those are the events that happened yesterday. Those are the events that happened yesterday. Um, Now let's move on to day 25. But before we check the news, let me check the scoreboard. So I now have 615 points. The UK still leads uh, and is on second place even though he has fewer cities than me. Okay. Myanmar still waiting. Australia went up to what, number 8? Yep. So he's moving up. Very good. Good for you. So we have another coalition here. It's Fenerbahce. If you sleep, you will die. This is Cameroon. But let's check Cameroon. Right. Yeah, this is Cameroon. So he has all these territories here, including, yep, he was able to capture Angola too. So this will be a big fight for France and the UK. Good luck to all of them. So this one is again going into the UK. No, I can't defend your countries, guys. You have to fight. You have to be smart. If you will notice, they're just sending their troops like this. and then they will leave, and then they'll go back. So most players do this. So I'm not actually surprised because most players actually do this. I did send one, this one here, but this is a National Guard, and I do send raids like this. This is what I call a raid, because if they capture this, then good. I can move on to the next area. But if they failed, then that's fine. They will be destroyed. That's fine. So that's part of a raid. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you don't. But you should not lose too many in one raid. One infantry will be good enough. Why? Because infantries can take lands, and your purpose is to take lands so that you deprive them of those resources. You deprive your enemy of those resources. So, so that's the reason why one National Guard will be enough. Okay. So that's how that's how other players, play. They just send their troops blindly. So I also asked Japan to start attacking the US. He has lots of ground troops. So I think by going here in Anchorage, that will put the United States off balance, because this one is a homeland city. So conquering some of those will put the United States in in you know will put the United States off balance. Let's check our spies. Okay, so day 25. So here you go. We stole 295 in tax money. Washington D.C. none. New York, Portland damaged by 5. Chicago, we stole money and destroyed 94 rare materials in Auckland. So I did not lose any of my units or any of my spies. But let me check again. Portland damaged by 5. So Portland had been damaged. Okay, so where's the damage here? Anyway, my spies did not do any damage, but that's fine. I'm happy with this. Um, he lost his component supply because of Calgary. Okay, let's check the other news. News for day 25. Okay, Libya lost. Okay, the 9th Battalion Libya has been destroyed by the 21st Infantry Division, France, in Amenas. Where the hell is this Amenas? So here. So he was able to get here quickly. Very good. And he's now going to wipe out Libya. Let's check. Okay, Cameroon is active right now. So Cameroon just occupied the capital of DR Congo. Very good, Cameroon. Military units. Okay. Okay. Was Cebu occupied? No, still not. So tank battalion. So he sent a tank battalion to destroy the 45th insurgent in Cebu, but he was not able to occupy it because it's a tank. Japan and the US at war. Okay. Okay, crimes against humanity. So widespread dissent in Australia and in the United States. Okay, let's check Australia's core cities and see if how is it affecting his cities. So he's currently at level 65, and it's affecting his production. It's good. Okay, 64, 65. Very good. And let's check the most popular trending nations. Most beloved is DR Congo, Malaysia, Oman. Okay, I'm not gonna read all of this. I'm just gonna scroll through. So there, Afghanistan is no longer a beloved nation. I believe we are in one of the most hated. We're the second, I think. And okay, huge quantities of tax revenue. Chicago's tax revenue have disappeared, and recruiting office sabotage not ruled out in Portland. Okay, agent captured. So, an agent was captured in Washington, D.C., and terrorist act reduces production in Auckland. What I want is to get Auckland to rebel because that will um, cause Australia to, to respond, to send some of his troops there. Okay. So yesterday um I've kept myself online because I was monitoring the situation. So, wow. So look at this. He now has a mobile anti-air vehicle, and this one is upgraded, but he only has one, so I can still kill this. Wow. So he's learning. So he's now producing anti-air, and because of that, it will be difficult for me to respond because I use planes. So the US is now sending units with anti-air, mobile anti-air. So here's my dilemma. If they land here in the UK, then I won't be able to use my planes because my planes will be decimated by those units. Okay? So I cannot just send my planes there. But I can do is to send my infantry to protect my allies, but that's too much. That will be too much. They have to fight. I can send my infantry here, um, but he has nukes right here in this area. So, you know, I may lose some of my ground troops if I send ground troops here. So it should not be my priority right now. My priority is Turkey because I need to expand and gather more resources. So I have to go for Turkey. Let me check. I have a total of 15, 16 aircrafts. I have a total of 16. Okay. I cannot wait any longer. I have to start my attack now in Turkey. Okay. The reason why I need to attack Turkey is because of its resources. So if you will notice, I'm getting short of resources and I need them so I can annex cities and continuously produce resources. I have two naval yards. One is under threat and the other one is here in Basra. But that won't be enough because I have two nations who are also building. I am against two nations who are also building navies. So I need to have a third naval yard and also a second air base for my planes because Kabul is also under threat of nuke attacks. So I need to move uh, my airplane production somewhere else. So I need to annex two cities for those purposes. So number one, my first option is Gaza, and that one is in the Mediterranean, and it produces chips or electronics. So if I will annex that city, then I will be able to have another shipyard here in the Mediterranean, and of course, we'll be able to improve my chips production. Second option is um, I was also considering Mosul because of its chip production, but I think I'm gonna go for a um, a component production. I'm not yet sure. That will be determined later. But yeah, I will determine who's gonna be annexed for who's gonna be annexed next. That's gonna be for my airplane production as well as component production. So I'm gonna start my attack now. Okay, let me just reinforce them by sending some of the troops. So this one is at 37%, but we still have this. So I have to eliminate this. Oh no, I will eliminate that. For the meantime, well, they cannot conquer, so I'm gonna leave it. It's not gonna be able to reconquer lands there, so that's fine. Medina is at 37%. I can again remove my forces there, as well as is at Tabuk is at ilan? Tabuk is at 37% also. So let me move all my forces. They will serve as my reinforcements as I attack. They will go in Rotba. Okay, and then this one here in Sharura. Sharura is at 35%, so I can leave it also. And Damam is at 35%. So I'm freeing up my garrisons here so they can reinforce my invading forces in Turkey. Okay, so that's it. I only have Mecca. I just need to wait for Mecca to be pacified, and then the whole of Saudi Arabia will be safe now, and we will be firmly under my control. Okay, and then I'll go for Turkey. Um, so I have troops here, 5. Okay, I'm gonna attack now. I'm gonna declare war against Turkey. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 troops or 4 armies that is ready to attack. So I'm gonna, this one here will go to Latakia, and then this other one here will go to to Araka. Let me declare war first with Turkey. There you go. So I have now declared war against Turkey. I will invade this land here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna bypass Homs for now. Homs has no garrison troops, so I'm gonna bypass it. We'll capture Latakia and Al Raqqa for now. Those two main cities, and then I'll go straight to Aleppo and then Adana. Okay, this troops here in Mosul is ready, so I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna there attack Diyarbakir. I'm going to recall one of my strike fighter. Get back here to Baghdad. Okay, so recalling my 11th Elite Fighter Wing, as they will serve as air support against Turkey, but it will go directly to Turkish territory, so I may have some glimpse of its territories. Oh no, this is wrong. Let me check this. My fighter wing set 75 health and attack is 15. So let me try to patrol you here. Just want to check and see what the enemies have. Also, last night, so if the reason why US has no more navy or he's no longer attacking Japan is because he's sending his carrier task force here. So that carrier task force, the last time I checked, it has 4 ships, one carrier, one frigate, one cruiser, and one destroyer. That's the composition of that fleet. And then he has a separate task force which is composed of two cruisers. So those are the forces that I am waiting for today. They will arrive because Japan have scouted them. So I'm setting up an ambush here. I have five. I have a task force here, which is the 12th task force composed of two frigates, one destroyer, and then uh, two corvettes. And then I have another task force here, which will be composed of three destroyers and two frigates. So once the enemy task force appears in this area, then my frigates will, or this task force here will attack. Same with the 12th task force. So I will simultaneously attack the carrier task force. But to be honest, I'm not confident about this. I'm not sure if I will win because um, he has an aircraft carrier, and that's that has a huge hit points. It's difficult it will be difficult to uh to put it down. So there, my elite striker wing is now going back home. So Kabul um, is currently not producing strike fighters because of the nuclear strike. So I have to get my air base into level 2 first before I can reproduce strike fighters. And I'm in desperate need of strike fighters right now, as I actually just lost five during the last 2 days of fight against the United States. I lost five strike fighters. Okay. Once I'm done with Turkey, that will provide me with sufficient resources to do some annexing. And then also, I'm gonna have a bigger territory here that the U.S. Uh, and the U.S. I will have much more uh, economic, outage or output. I will be able to produce more goods, more resources needed, And then once I'm done with Turkey, I will now be in the position to finish off Romania, Serbia, as well as Ukraine. So I may do that mainly because I want to expand, and those are the places where expansion is still possible. I can also go to Kazakhstan, but Kazakhstan is too deep and too far, so I'm probably not gonna go there. So I'm gonna finish off Turkey first, and then I'm going to try and link with my allies. So he's now producing anti-air. So to counter that, I will have to produce howitzers or artilleries to counter it. So, but that will take a few more days before I can mobilize howitzers. And I think the US is using gold because he keeps on producing troops and he keeps on sending troops. So, yep, it's possible that he is using gold, but you know, let him spend money. Let him spend all his money in this game. I really don't care. Our allies here have forgotten their bases. They're not recapturing their lost territories. You should recapture your territories, your homeland. He is now sending AAs. I won't be able to protect you. My allies are weak. Yep, that's the truth. My allies are weak. So I have Poland, UK, and France. They are all vulnerable and weak, and they can be conquered by the US. Japan is pretty decent and is able to handle its own. So you know, I'm with the wrong allies. But anyway, that's the point of the game. We did not see that. We thought that NATO will be a strong contender here, but then we decided to be allies with them. So I have to stand with that. So you know, um, it is what it is. If they got conquered, then it's up to them. Then that means I will have to conquer Europe by myself. Once that happens, I believe that the U.S. will continue to be aggressive and will continue to send his forces towards us, especially me, because I think he already knows that I'm his strongest contender here. So he will try to invade UK and France. This may take some time, but with for the last 2 days, if not because of my airplanes, he could have been conquered already. So um, I'm not sure what's gonna happen next. Um, the UK and France was given a chance to adjust their strategies. You know, with what happened during the last 2 days that they were attacked, they should have adjusted their strategies, knowing that they are being attacked. But instead, they decided to send all their forces out to capture some other territories, disregarding their homeland. So, you know, I'm not sure why they play like that, why they think like that, but that's a losing strategy. If you lose your homeland, then no matter what you do, no matter what conquest you do, you won't be able to replenish your troops. You won't be able to remobilize, and eventually you will lose. Not unless, not unless it's part of your plan. Then go ahead. But I don't think UK and France are sophisticated players to, um, and I don't think they will be able to survive and win without their homeland. So there, frustrating, but it is what it is. The good thing is that Australia is not making a move too, so it's just the United States who's causing me trouble. And as long as I have allies to distract him, then I'm still fine. I'm still good, and I am safe here in the Middle East. So I will have time to expand also. So there, that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. Please watch out and continue to support this page by sharing this with your friends. Also, for those who wish to play with me, I'm not yet available right now because of this game. But once this game, I think this I think I can finish this by within 80 days. But yep, I'll notify you guys. Just keep on, posting comments and uh, try to engage. Let me know if I'm doing something wrong or if there's anything that I can improve. Share your strategies with me as I share mine to you. And there, I wish to play with you guys soon. And that's all for today. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye bye.